What's a good Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Yo, I don't know if you guys have actually seen this particular interview with No Fugazi, but apparently this guy right here is a male feminist, and he threatened Cooley. So throughout this entire interview, review, I'm going to be putting my little thought into it. And this guy, you can tell he's been raised by a woman, because the shit that's coming out of this guy's mouth, no reasonable man would say this shit. So let's get it.
All right, man. So you said that basically when we peel back all the layers, the black woman is God. Before, I'm just repeating back what you said to let you know that I understood exactly what you said. You said, as you know, before we've adopted the thinking and ideologies of God, how we know it now, before that, or even if we take it away, we would see that the black woman is actually truly God. That's what you said, right? Okay.
Correct.
Now, where does the father, my question for you is, where does the man come in? Where does the father or the man come into this picture? The black man or any man?
All right. Now, in regards to the father is a social construct that has nothing to do with nature. So somebody made up this whole father aspect. Man is something totally different. You grow into the man, but we go through stages in life to get to a man. So in regards to me, I had to go from an embryo, you know what I'm saying, to an infant, to a toddler, teenager, young adult, and then I graduated into a man. So when we're talking about those two terms, you know, you got to go to get to a man. And then when you're talking about a father, there's nowhere that there's a father in nature. So
That's bullshit, because every species has a father. The father's there to protect. Only human society, the father is supposed to be there to protect, to provide, and to instill guidance into that child and into the relationship and the family. The father's there as a safeguard against bullshit. It's just so happenly when you get men that are weak like this man, things tend to go wrong. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't trust the dude that has his eyebrows that's shaped like that just got his hair like that, because that shit look like it's painted the fuck on, but that's just me. And have a beard like that, because he's giving fuckboy vibes, if you know what I mean. I don't trust somebody that acts like this and that talks like this, because this motherfucker right here be the one to tell you some wrong shit, and then it'll fuck your whole life up.
a father would be unnatural. That's just something to compete with the woman.
Okay, so you're saying that the father is unnatural, but the woman is natural.
Correct.
Do I have that correct? And you're
Correct,
saying
correct.
the reason why, you really didn't give a reason why the father would be unnatural. So what's your reasoning that the father is unnatural? Explain, give me some logic, however you could,
Right.
you know,
The logic
put it
was
together.
the logic was nature. I said that there was not a father found in nature. There's nowhere in nature that you can find a father. You have a
Okay,
male.
well,
So at the end of the day, there's no father. Father is a social construct. That's something.
If father's a social construct, then let me ask you this. If a father's a social construct, then what do you consider yourself to be if you don't have any children? Because you will be considered their father, their male role model. And boy, if these kids listen to guys like this clown, oh my God.
To put itself into existence to be opposite of the mother. But there's no such thing really as a father.
can you explain how the father is a social construct?
It's a social construct due to the fact is you're talking about a label that's being placed on a man being a father. Can you be a father at 12 years old?
I mean, I think I had when I was 12 years old, man. So
Okay, so you have not.
you could be a father when you're 12 years old. You could have definitely planted your seed in something. Yes. let's just go with, do you think there's any differences between men and women?
It's kind of like you're trying to be condescending to the point where you have no comprehension. Like, you don't have no comprehension in what I'm saying to you in a response to the point where you can't fathom it. What do you mean? I don't
No.
understand.
He's trying to throw insults. This guy, you like I said before, you can tell this guy was raised by a woman. There's no way that a man should answer a question like that. Like, bro, you.
And what you then you go to the next question after you sit there and tell me that you didn't understand shit. Like
No,
I'm
no,
come
no,
on,
not
bro. Like we gonna turn
understand,
this into is this some
not
type of
understand.
entertainment or something? I'm just asking you. I thought it was about the black woman is God. I don't know you. I
Well,
didn't research you. I just came
totally
over here
fine.
because okay. So what are we doing? What
We'll
are we
speak
doing?
in detail. What we're doing is having a discussion, man to
hmm
man, right?
hmm
You
hmm
just said that the man is a social construct,
I said the
right?
father is. You're
Or the
saying that the
father
man
is a,
is. Right.
okay.
It was two things. You asked me
Let's
about the man and
excuse
the
it.
father.
You said, well, that, because the father is, not from nature. And I want you to explain, how isn't the father not from nature? That's what I want you to do. I want you to explain how it's a social construct and it's not from nature. Because here's what I'll tell you. Nothing grows unless a seed is planted. Nothing grows on this planet unless a seed is planted. And every man holds the seed in them. Every man holds the seed of life form. Life form in us. In your sack, if you have enough testosterone, but I know in my sack, I got at least 80 million of them little niggas moving around in there. You know what I'm saying? Most men do with a good amount of testosterone. So therefore we have seed, and the life form starts there. You won't have a plant if you don't plant a seed first. So you saying that a father is a social construct is a lie, is what I'm saying. Dispute the point that the father doesn't hold the seed. So we plant the seed in a woman, and then life grows from that. Women bring about life. The life form is actually in a man. So explain to me again how the father is a social construct when the father holds the seed and a woman holds nothing but eggs. She's waiting for a seed.
Okay.
You
All
sound, you don't make sense, man. Let me hear
right. Okay.
you.
You haven't given me a chance to make sense. You're wrong. And you're wrong in the way to sit there and say that the sperm is a seed. How could you have seeds running up and through your body? That makes no sense. A seed.
This is what I call playing dumb, because he knows exactly what Cooley's saying. He knows exactly what Cooley's saying. The man carries the X and the Y chromosome. Both. The woman only carries the X chromosome. So basically, in a sense, thinking about it like this. The mother is carrying one half of the DNA sequence, and the father's carrying the second half of the DNA sequence. Okay? One half of the DNA sequence is your genetics from your father. So they can determine your hair, your eye color, your skin color, skin texture, and all of that stuff. The mother gets to determine the same stuff. There's no telling. They combine and one inside of the woman, and that DNA sequence replicates itself, creating an embryo. So in a sense, without that man's sperm, without that man's DNA, the woman only has her eggs. Every menstrual cycle, the woman releases dead eggs, dead cells. Well, dead eggs actually, but still, she's releasing dead eggs. Without a man providing his sperm, whether that be regular insemination or artificial insemination, she cannot have a child. If she does not get a man's sperm, she cannot get pregnant.
Seed is not a fucking tadpole with a tail. That's not a seed. So in regards to it, you're wrong. Now, if you're talking about an apple seed or
Explain
orange
how I'm
seed,
wrong, though.
listen, an avocado seed or whatever the case may be, now we can get into the comparison on how the woman gives the man the whole body, the construct, the brain.
Well, actually, I've just found this out recently. Matter of fact, let me look it up because y'all ain't about to have me over here looking stupid. Are there male and female trees? Yes, some tree species have male and female trees, while others are. I don't even want to say that word and fuck it up. So, yeah. Yep, they're male and female trees. I didn't even for those of you who didn't know, yes, there are male and female trees. Male trees are the ones that pollinate. Hold on. The male trees are the ones that pollinate, while the female trees hold the actual their egg holding. I don't even want to say that word, but yes, in the sense, but yes, there are male and female trees.
The lungs, the face, the skin. She's creating a child within a womb. So she gives him the penis too. Did you forget that she gave him the
Incorrect.
sperm? So
Can
in
you
regards
explain
to it,
in a
the
scientific way, from a biological way, how doesn't a man hold the seed in the life form? You're just speaking, but I need you to peel back the layer to things and give facts. This podcast is called No Fugazi. So if I'm speaking, I'm always going to speak with facts. So here's a fact for you. The woman doesn't determine the sex of the baby. She has an X chromosome. The man holds the X and the Y chromosome, right? So here's science, right? So when a man has sex with a woman, he dictates the sex of the baby. So you just said, where do you get a penis from? Where do you get this from? Where do you get that from? You get that from the man, since the man determines the sex of the baby. Do you get it? Women only hold the X chromosome, men hold the X and a Y. That's scientifically facts that proves that what you just said is nonsense, and men do dictate the sex of the baby. So if he's dictating the sex of the baby, let's peel the layer back even further. That means that the man actually dictates how many men are going to be in this world, how many women are going to be in this world. The list goes on
I
and on.
don't.
You're
See, that's the problem. That's the problem with society. Because you have guys like this that refuse to take fact over their feelings, and they egg on the women and continue to perpetuate their nonsense. Because think about it. This man is arguing women that women determine the sex of the baby. When in fact it's the man that determines the sex of the baby. He's trying to argue that, not me. Now, the fact of the matter is this. The woman cannot get pregnant on her own. She has to have sperm. This man is trying to argue against that and trying to say, boy, the stupidity does not fail.
father dictated that you would have a beard. Your father dictated that you would have a beard and be a man, from what I could see. You get what I'm saying? Your mother didn't determine that, so you should be thanking your father, because your father truly created you. Anything for that, man? Scientifically, can you dispute what I said?
You sound uneducated, like to the point where this is so level of surface to the
God damn. You can't even answer the fucking question. What you can't even answer the motherfucking question. You coming with the fucking shots, bro. Like literally. This is sad. You were literally trying to sit here and say this man is uneducated when you, in fact, are the one that is very uneducated about the shit that you're talking about.
Point.
God dang,
How
man.
could you
Okay,
how could you
educate
sit
me.
here? I'm just asking you, like, how could you
Educate
sit
me.
here and
I'm
tell
I'm
me that
fine.
my father gave me what all males are females before they turned into a male based off the decision of the mother.
And here this bullshit go. Yes, we all were at one point the same, looked the same, but there was there was genetic anomalies that determine whether you are male or female, and that is determined by the sperm that the mother secrete that the mother gets. Hell, I could be a guy that primarily produces males, or I could be a guy that predominantly produces females. I mean that produces males. I don't know. I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids, but it all is determined by that man. Because at one moment you can get your wife pregnant with a girl, then it could be a boy, then it could be a girl again, then it could be a boy. It's determined based upon the male.
Every male can look at their actual scrotum sac and see a line from the bottom of their scrotum sac to the tip of their penis. All male. That means you were sold up. Your testicles are nothing but your ovaries. Your penis is nothing but an elongated clitoris. At the end of the day, you're nothing but an inside out female. I'm sorry that this man has never been told that, and he doesn't understand that he was made in the likeness and the image of his mother. I'm sorry that before anybody ever taught him anything, his mother was there. Your mother is literally the only thing that you know in life. You don't even know if that's your father, but your mother knows if it's your father or not. You know everything about your mother because that's where you came from. That's your first home. That's your first origin. The black woman has always been considered God, even before.
No, she wasn't. If we're going by things by biblical standards, there's God, man, woman, and child. God created Eve from the rib of Adam. Can we all agree on that? God created Eve from the rib of Adam to be the helpmate to Adam. She was deceived by the serpent and they fell from the Garden of Eden. Like, this man is literally trying to sit here and make the woman God when in fact the man is God. Because without God, there's no structure. And who provides structure? Men provide the structure in the family.
The patriarch took over and started to actually make a male God. But it was never a male that was being God. It was always the woman. In Islam,
Okay, my Islamic brothers and sisters, I want you to tell me if I'm wrong. In your in your faith, is God a woman? Because apparently this man is trying to sit here and say that the patriarchy took over the matriarchy.
it was a woman. In the Catholic Church, it was the woman. In ancient Egypt, it was the woman. In Samaria, Mesopotamia, Babylon, it was the woman. Phoenicia was the woman. Chaldea was the woman. But if he doesn't know that, that means he's not reading. And I'm telling you, I'm trying to respond to the man, even to the point where if a woman is making up your whole total makeup and she's using her menstrual blood to do it within her womb, that's why you women don't bleed for 9 months. You literally coagulate a child in your womb. What does the man have to do with it? Is the man shooting blood in you, woman, or is he literally giving you his DNA via his sperm? So
This stupid motherfucker don't even realize he just proved Coolio's point. Is he shooting his DNA inside of you to provide the child? That's the seed, you idiot. This guy is a fucking stupid motherfucker. You could tell this motherfucker is the definition of slow.
So when you're actually making this baby in your womb, you're using your blood. That's why you don't bleed for 9 months. When that baby comes out, that is a product of its mother. So the baby literally develops.
It is a product of their mother and their father. Because again, without their father, there would be no baby. Without my dad or my sperm donor, whatever you want to fucking call it, there would be no me. If my mom didn't get pregnant by my dad, there wouldn't be no me. There wouldn't be no Black Star podcast. There wouldn't be no Jared. No Jared. There wouldn't be no you. The world would cease to exist if there was no men to provide the sperm to the women to get pregnant. The world would cease to exist. Well, it will still be here. We just won't be. The human race will be ended. It will be extinct.
Through life, as the baby develops through life, we get to puberty. That's when our body chemically starts to actually make the sperm in our body. But it came from our mother. Everything comes from your mother. You get it from your mother. Your mother is your God. Your father is not your God. The sperm in his body comes from his mother. Where do you think we got our body from? You didn't make this. You don't have nothing to do with your face. You don't have nothing to do with your head and none of that. Your mama gave that to you. She birthed you. How could you sit there and say that she's not your God?
Yes, my mother birthed me, but still, without my father's DNA, there wouldn't be no you. My hair is curly. My mom has curly hair, but my hair is curlier than my mom's. That came from my father.
Your mother was God before you was taught about God. Somebody had to tell you about God in order for you to believe them. Now in your mind, that's God. But what if your mother knew she was God? She would teach you about God. How can a man be a God when he cannot produce life? A man cannot sustain life. He does not have breast milk.
Got you. You done or are you still going?
No, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm respectful. So if you want to go and respond, you can go.
Okay. So, I mean, everything you said was just nonsense. It didn't make any sense. It didn't correlate to anything.
Which part?
It didn't,
Which
one
part?
plus
Which
one
part?
didn't add up.
Oh,
You
no.
didn't have any rebuttal to it. You just started speaking nonsense. But let me ask you a question.
I have to force myself to speak because you won't allow me to.
Does one
You're
plus
asking
one
me
equal
another
two?
question.
Does one plus one equal two?
No, one and one come together, they merge. That's one, right? Think about it,
Okay.
right?
God dang.
When
So
one and one
Chad
come together,
proves
they
my
merge,
point.
right?
The nigga don't know
Right.
what one plus
and
one equals.
merge, right?
He said that one
and
and
one
merges.
put it together, they merge. One, right? If I
Oh,
come
God
together with a
dang.
woman, don't I go into that woman? Don't me and
All
that
right.
woman go into each other? Now we one. I got my dick, I am one. At the end.
Y'all don't go one into the. You're. Oh my God. You are in her. Y'all become one flesh. Y'all become one. What is this man talking about?
End of the day, what you
So you
mean?
got a
One plus
watch
one
on your
equals
left
two.
hand. You got a watch on your left hand. If you
Right.
put another watch on your left hand, will you have one watches or two watch?
They're on the same hand. It's just one watch if they put together. If you leave, they merge together.
Did this stupid motherfucker just say that if he had another watch on his hand, it'd still be one watch? Did this stupid motherfucker really just say that? He's literally arguing like a woman. What the hell is going on in society today?
Together. You see what I'm talking about? You want me to
If
have
you
two.
put the watch on a different hand, would you have two watches on you?
I don't know. If you take a man wig off, then would you be bald headed? I don't.
Really? He's legit trying to argue. He's arguing like a woman. He's literally trying to make the most insane shit. It's a simple question. If you had another watch on your arm, would if you had another watch on your arm, would you have two? And this motherfucker said no, it'd be one watch. That is the simplest fucking answer. That's the simplest fucking question I've ever heard in my life.
Bro, we all got questions that they ask us. How many shit? I mean, what you want to do? I don't
What?
know, bro.
I'm
Is we on
curious.
this build? Are we on this build or what? What we gonna do, bro?
This
What
what
we
we're gonna
gonna
do, because I'm actually curious. Because the last
Mm-hmm.
people I had on here, I had 4 other people that had your same points of view, right? And now let's change up the dialogue a little bit, because I'm curious of knowing. I believe that you let me know if you you don't believe that 1 + 1 = 2, but let me know if this makes sense to you, and see if we can come to agreement on something. That's what I want to get here. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Influence creates thinking. Thinking creates behavior. Would you say that that's true?
Makes sense.
Okay, cool. I want to know this because you're the 5th person I had on the podcast now that believe that the black woman is God, right? So since we know that, and you just confirmed that influence creates thinking and thinking creates behavior, you have your mind frame of how you think. I want to know what influenced you to think this way.
It's knowing versus belief. Everybody believes in God. I know God. You see what I'm saying?
Nobody knows God. What is he talking about? Boy, what the fuck is this dude talking about?
Knowing is being able to have logic, evidence, and reason. You know it, just like your past experiences. I know my mother. So before I learned how to talk, before I learned how to walk, before I had taught about my ABCs, before I was taught about anything, my mother was there. Somebody had to teach me, influence me, get me to think about a God that they wanted me to think about. But prior to that, my mother was my creator. So when you look at it, my mother was a black woman, and all black women are the manifestation of Mother Nature. I don't give a fuck about a book and what you read, bro. Go to nature and look at it. That is the
I
supreme
got
map
you.
of things. Everything
Clarence,
in nature
one
is telling
second.
you what to
Clarence, I
every
seen that
you
you,
don't have you
real
don't have
quick.
to stop me, bro. You don't have to stop
No,
me
no.
every
Someone
fucking
came
30
in the chat.
seconds.
Clarence, I see
You
you
don't
coming in
have to
here. Give
stop
it
me
2
every 30
seconds.
seconds,
I'll
bro.
add you
30
in after.
seconds.
This man is mad. This man is doing everything he can just to fucking argue. Now he just like Julio said, hold on a minute, let me just acknowledge somebody right quick in chat. You can keep you going. This man wanted to keep coming out with this bullshit. Let's continue.
I have this discussion with him.
I get
Once
30
again,
seconds to speak, like every
listen,
single
man,
time.
it's a
Is that what you
podcast, and
feel?
I had
You're
someone trying to
intimidated.
join the live
You're
stream.
intimidated, bro.
No,
That's
no, I
all
had
it
someone
is.
trying
You're
to join the live
intimidated.
stream.
Again, now he's intimidated. Boy, this is why I don't do panels, cause I got a feeling that if I do a panel, I'm gonna end up going the fuck off. I already barely can control my mouth as it is, and this shit right here would have set me off.
You don't want to know. You do this for content.
Intimidated?
At the end of yeah, you're intimidated. It's got to be.
Come
If
on,
I can
man.
sit there and listen to you and
Nah,
you
man.
can't listen to
I
me,
mean,
you
listen, bro.
told
We
us
could
about a pregnant male rat. You told
intimidate,
us the
bro.
science
I do
brought about a
debates with
pregnant
men
male
in
rat.
person. You could come here in person.
Oh, no.
No one's intimidated, bro.
You gotta be.
No
It's
one
gotta be
feels like that.
something. Then
You could
why
have this
won't you let
discussion
me
in
speak the
person.
whole
The same way I'm
podcast?
conveying myself with you over here, it'll
The
be in
whole
person. And actually,
podcast,
it'll be
bro.
more
Listen,
intense.
y'all.
We said that influence creates thinking, thinking creates behavior. You think that the black woman is God. I want to know what influenced you.
Looking for God.
Okay? Explain, elaborate. What did you
God
find
has.
that made you really think that the black woman is God?
My mother
Like
was in my
you
face the whole time. She was in my face the whole time, and I didn't realize that
okay.
that was God.
She was in your face your whole time. That means that she basically son husband you and made you into a simp. Sorry to say it.
So they told me that my mother, everything was outside of me. They told me that everything else was my mother. Everything else is God but your mother. And then you look at why they oppress every woman in religion. Christianity, their God says it's okay to rape a woman, defile a woman. Islam, they say it's okay to beat a woman. Allah is literally a lot. So they literally define everything in women. It's all about women oppression and for women not to realize that they are the true creators. That's why the patriarch took over. The patriarch literally took over the matriarch. The matriarch had always been in rulership. That's why they studied the goddess Hathor. They literally was with the queen of heaven in Jeremiah 44. They spoke about the goddess everywhere.
Got
Tuarat
you.
was the
I have
first
another
deity
question for
that
you
was
too.
ever worshipped. See, like I said, I get 30 seconds.
Oh no,
So
you
you don't
explained
really
it.
want to
Now I
do
have
this.
another
Yeah.
question for you.
So I'm saying I wasn't done.
Oh,
That's what I'm
you have
saying. Let
more?
me know
Go.
how long I'll get. I mean, you just stopped me. You're gonna keep doing it. So go ahead.
I mean,
It's just it's
you
okay.
explained
It's
all the way
okay.
down to
Go
how it
ahead,
went.
bro. Go ahead.
Got
Go
it.
ahead, bro. Go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
and also I'll just give you the rules of the podcast. So get
Honestly, I'm gonna say this. The way this man keep on rubbing his beard like that, and the way this man is acting, he does not have good conflict resolution skills. He really does not, because he's getting mad. And as a podcaster, what you ladies and gentlemen have to realize is when you come onto somebody else's platform, you have to obey their rules. You have to. That's a sign of respect. Now, if you don't respect that person and you get booted off that person's podcast, that's on you. You can't get mad because you get booted off somebody's platform. That's the honest truth. And this guy is over here mad as hell because he got interrupted. Like, don't get mad because you got interrupted. Just understand you're on somebody else's platform and they don't owe you a bit of nothing. But let's continue.
Get used to it. So guess what? This is called order, right? Men create order. This is my platform, so there's a hierarchy to things. It's my rules, so if I set the rules and you follow the rules, right? When you have your own podcast and you invite me on, you set the rules and I follow those rules. Life is in hierarchy. So I have a question for you.
So
you just said that the matriarchy. I have a question for you. Listen, you just said that
the question for me.
You just said that the matriarchy was taken over by the patriarchy. How can if the matriarchy is natural, right? It's a natural way of life. It's nature, right? You said the father doesn't come from nature, but the woman does come from nature. If that's the case, if the woman was first, you say that the woman is first. My question is, if the woman came first and you think the black woman is God, why is it that she's always being taken over by a man? Wouldn't you think? You just said that the patriarchy always takes over the matriarchy.
I'll let you finish so I can speak. Go ahead.
That's my question. You just said that the patriarchy always takes over the matriarchy. How can you say and even think logically that the woman came first if she's not strong enough to defend for herself? Answer it now.
Well, I'll calm down a little bit. Now, let me answer. In regards to the patriarchy taking over the matriarchy, it had nothing to do with strength. You have to understand that's brute strength. So what it was the son turned against his mother. The son literally turned against his mother. So instead of being a protector, the son became the predator. And then Christianity and all of these other religions were created to teach men that they were higher than women. How do you think the oppression started, woman? They needed religious context to literally turn your man against you. You can look throughout all the religions.
Did you ever think that the man is just stronger than a woman? Do you ever just think that the man is just stronger than a woman and more superior than a woman?
You's a bitch, nigga. Did
you ever think that? Say that to my face, man. You welcome here. I have you on.
And here's where all of that bullshit starts. You get in your fucking feelings because somebody starts challenging you. He just wanted to keep rolling on because he knew he was supposed to bullshit. Coolio interrupted that shit. Well, Cooley interrupted that shit, and now old buddy mad. Like, boy.
I don't give a fuck where you at, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Smash the shit out your
Listen, actually, here's what I'll do for you, because I've been waiting for someone like you.
Yeah, I'm right here.
I'll send you out here.
You's a bitch.
I'll send you out here, right? I'll send you out here.
What you diddy now?
I'll pay for your ticket to come out here. I'll pay for your ticket to come out here, and we can do this debate live in person. And I guarantee you won't have that energy in person. I guarantee you. And I had another man talk crazy just like you, but in person, he wasn't speaking that crazy. It was a entirely different story.
Bro, you can tell everybody in the room can see you a bitch, man. Everybody in the room can see you a little hoe, bro.
Now you're making ad homonems. No one made ad homonems about you. This nigga looking like a fake Drake over here, man. This nigga looking sweet as cheese. How you over here trying to act hard when you get your eyebrows done every day? This nigga looking sweet. This nigga sweet.
Didn't I say it? When you got guys like this and then they got their eyebrows looking like this, you can't trust that motherfucker. I'm sorry. What man gets their eyebrows done? And then he over here down throwing that hop them attacks and shit to people. Like, who the fuck are you?
Sweet as pie with that little chain on. Nigga squinching his eyes. Nigga, what's in your eye? Why you keep squinching your eyes like that? Trying to have the light skin look. Yeah. Come on, bro. Calm down with all that, nigga. Let's have a regular discussion. You making that hominem attacks. I ain't make none on you. You made them first. So we can either finish this debate.
This dude a whole white boy, bro. Like,
this guy said a white boy.
Just because you can't
articulate yourself. Just because you can't articulate yourself.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Doesn't mean that I'm a white boy because I can. That don't mean that, nigga. Chat is clowning you right now. But anyways, bro, here's what I'm saying, man. Everything that you said is all false because the root of it, the cause of it is false. The man is superior than a woman. Why doesn't a matriarchy?
If the matriarchy will always be in existence, it's just been hijacked by the patriarchy.
I bet you this motherfucker don't even know what a damn patriarchy is. Because in a sense, he's a patriarch. Well, no, matter of fact, let me not say that. He's not a patriarch. His mind has been hijacked by women to make him think that he's oppressing women, when in fact he's not. Women have the same equal rights that men have nowadays, if not more rights. So in a sense, this clown is really spewing everything out of the crack of his ass, and this shit don't make sense.
You women still produce us. Can you just chill for a minute? Can you give me a little bit so I can talk to people to get them to understand why I'm coming from?
No. It ain't going like that. That isn't how this goes, bro. Because you're not answering questions, bro.
I'm tired of your questions. Just let me speak.
Listen, man, if you're tired of the questions, then you can hop off the stream, bro.
Though.
You're just speaking nonsense right now.
Frustrated. Like I said, you're intimidated. For you not to let me talk. But I'm over here.
Nigga, you look like a broke Drake, nigga. Who intimidated
you? I know, bro. You said that. You said that already.
No one said broke. That was different. See, you can't listen. You don't have good active listening skills, buddy. You don't have good active listening skills. Low IQ.
You got a man wig on. You got a man wig on, and you talking about Drake, man.
This nigga said a man wig, bro. My hair is just long, man. It's just long.
Well, line that shit up. Mind your shit up. Mind your shit up. You see that shit?
Look at your headline, buddy.
You sitting there. Look at it. It's lined up, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with your shit? Your junk is crooked.
Your junk leaning over here, bro.
All right, bro. All right.
Your junk tilted.
That's what we get.
Anyways, so
intimidation.
Like I said, there's a hierarchy. You started at
Wait. How the hell is it that you started talking about you intimidated when you the one that started throwing attacks? If you started throwing attacks, don't get mad when somebody come back at your ass twofold, because that makes you look like a weak one in that situation. And you're basically showing your foot right now. You are the weakest link, and you getting exposed.
I didn't start the ad hominem.
You don't want me to speak.
But here's what it is. It's a hierarchy to thing. So if you don't want to follow the orders, you can hop off the stream or I'll kick you off the stream.
No, I don't understand. Man, you're a bitch anyway, nigga. You didn't want to do nothing anyway. You got your ass murdered over here. You got your ass murdered over here.
I mean, you believe that one.
How the fuck is it that he got murked over here and you over here the one that's running around like a little bitch? How the hell that work? You literally over here running around here talking about this man and the way this man look, but yet you over here acting like a whole chick. How it work?
Plus one doesn't equal two.
You call it whatever.
And
you
I already said we could
questions.
have this live stream
you
in person.
And
I trust you in person. You wouldn't have this energy. I'll literally fly you out.
Out you, man. Y'all beat the fuck out you, bro.
I'll bring you out here, bro.
I'm not your little boy. I'm not your little toy.
I'll bring you out here.
You're talking.
I'll bring you out here.
Talking. We're talking.
Do you take my offer? I'll actually offer you. So this is what men do. This is what men do. Because let's see if you're really man of your word. Men are men of their word.
How is it that he's scared to have the conversation, and yet he's challenging every one of your talking points, but you can't actually get that shit out your damn mouth? Then the question becomes: Are you making a valid argument? Because to me, it seems like you're just trying to throw it having them attacks to try to get your point across, and your point's not sticking, and everybody's clowning you.
Word. So here's my word. I'll fly you out here and we can have this debate in person. I'll put it on my word. If you really want to come out here, I'll fly you out here and we can do it in person. And after that, we could box. How about that? Let's do it. If you really feeling that, if you really feeling froggy, nigga, leap. I'll send you out here. I'll put that on my word.
All right,
And we got hundreds of people in here. No. You want to approve to that offer? If not, then shut up, nigga, and pay attention to the hierarchy. Here's the rules. So I'm going to ask you questions, and then you're going to listen, and you're going to answer these questions. Because you're just talking just to talk. Do you understand? So,
hey, you're a
question
scary
here.
little boy. You're a scary little boy,
Cool,
man.
You
That's
still
all it
talking,
is.
bro.
You're a scary little boy,
Question
man.
here.
I'm from
How
Chicago,
can
puss ass nigga.
you
talking
still
about
didn't?
flying out a
This
nigga and
still.
fighting. He's talking about flying me out and trying to box and
Listen,
have a
my
debate.
finances is
What's
good.
wrong with
My
dudes, man?
finances is good. I've been waiting
What's
for
wrong with
somebody
him?
like you that's talking
We
spicy.
debate,
This is what I
nigga.
do.
I told you, you's a bitch,
This
man.
is what
And
I
you
do,
know
man.
you's a bitch. You don't do shit. You can tell you a white boy.
Well,
You a little white boy that like to play.
I
You
see
like to
that
do
you
this
ain't
little
want my
jokey,
offer, but
shit.
listen, homie had to go. He just talking to talk. He talking silly. Chat, this is what we happen when you talk to feminine men and emotional men. They get all soft. They can't have a good conversation, a good back and forth. He doesn't respect an hierarchy, which is why he doesn't respect the patriarchy. He's speaking nonsense, which I checkmated them on many times. He believed that 1 + 1 doesn't equals 2. He's living in la la land. He's literally a female, which is crazy. Also, he doesn't understand that if a creator is creating beings, human beings, and we all know that the world was created with animals first. We all know that there's times of day, there's night and there's day. Why would God create a being that's a woman that is higher in estrogen and that's higher in trait neuroticism, which means that they feel more emotions and more negative emotions, meaning that the woman being created first has a higher probability of being scared of the dark than a man. Back in the day, there weren't any electricities and lights and stuff. So why would God create a woman first that is weaker, that can't manipulate the world how the man can, that can't create the infrastructure and build shelter and create a fire and housing like a man can? Why would he create the woman first that's going to be ate by the wildebeest and the tigers and lions? That sounds silly to create the weaker thing first. So if you like that clip and you want to watch more, click right
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this. This whole interview was just crazy because if you want me to be completely honest, it's guys like that that are they are the weakest link of the men. And why am I saying this? They're the weakest link because they're the ones that get in their feelings way faster than what regular men do. That man, if you say something wrong to him, that man would be the one that try to doggone hurt somebody. And that's my honest opinion about that. That man would be the very one that will try to hurt somebody because they hurt his feelings. And the bad part is, there's so many different men like that. There's so many different men like that. And the fact of the matter is that we as men have to weed those type of guys out because that's unacceptable. For you to argue like a woman, have responses like a woman, and try to throw and hop in them attacks like a woman, bro, you just sound like a bitch. And then you trying to call Coolio a bitch when he checkmated your ass all these different times. I mean, it's like, come on now. We know you and your feelings. We know you can't argue, right? And we know that your argument is bullshit. So why are you gonna try to bullshit somebody when you know your argument is bullshit? Don't make sense. Anyways, like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast, and spot.com. I will see you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.